All right, it is Monday, June 15th at 6 p.m. We'll call our meeting to order and start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next we'll have a roll call.
Hayward.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Light. Hollister.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Aylicker.
Yes.
Bennett. Yes.
All right, that passes. Item 5 is public participation. Is there any?
Approval of the agenda, so moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by, Collister, seconded by Coleman. If we have no discussion, go ahead and take the roll.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Aylicker.
Yes.
Bennett. Yes. Hayward.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item 6, presentations, and we have none. Item 7 is consideration, and that is a Big Country Properties LLC mowing order. City Council appeal under City Code 15407 for violation of City Code Chapter 15402. Maintenance of a boulevard and private property and City Chapter 50, Section 50.02 nuisance enumerated and 50.3 other conditions on Jackson County Parcel 145-183-0-4000-3300, approximately 16.04 acres in size. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll start out first on behalf of Chris and I'll turn it over to Mr. Steinis here shortly. This agenda was written before Mr. Steinis or someone for him mowed it. The fence line's still not well manicured, but effectively, we talked about this in open session. I know our attorney spoke with Mr. Steinis' attorney about maintaining this R1 property under the current grass code as written. That's not what ended up happening, and we followed through on the steps that we needed to start the municipal infraction process, and Mr. Steinis has a right to an appeal, which is pretty well known that couldn't travel through the path of the city manager because that's already been stated. So according to our code, the council was next, and this is what this represents. So in your packet is the city's original notice to abate paperwork. Mr. Steinis filled out an appeal. He's gave his reasons why he didn't feel that was necessary. And at this time, with the consideration, this is an appeal on effectively whether or not city staff was properly applying its city code. So there's a motion to stand by the appeal or to affirm the city staff's decision. We can kind of maybe talk out some things on what to do with this. But the basis for or the lane for what should occur here, spoke with their city attorney a couple times over today about probably how to best handle this. But from that point, if you have questions, you can direct them at Chris or I. But I will give Dan an opportunity to come to the podium, and if he has a few statements, I'll certainly grant him the opportunity to talk. Of course.
Here's one. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
So this area is a large acreage zoned residential with no access to city streets, okay? This is 16 acres roughly. This area has not been mowed or maintained as a residential yard for the past 7 years. It has been mowed and baled for hay in the past before my ownership. Last year, I mowed and baled it for hay 2 times. I've had many comments from people in the community, people in the neighborhood out there, that the properties never looked better than it for the longest time since I mowed it. So they're complimenting me how good it looks after you mow and bale it. Currently, the property is mowed, just like Josh said. We feel like we've been targeted and not treated fairly, as there are numerous properties in Maquoketa that have not been mowed, very similar to this, and they're not in compliance. However, the properties that have been mowed have access to the city streets and a way to get in and out of the property. other cities have similar situations with development ground that are large areas that they allow them to be mowed and baled twice per year. And I know well about this because I come from the fastest growing cities in Iowa, which is North Liberty and Tiffin, Iowa, and this is how they handle their situations. They develop, which I'm involved in the development because we do the seeding for them, and then they allow them to be mowed and baled twice a year. They actually have to be mowed. They don't have to be baled, but they do have to be mowed twice a year. You know, they can't have horse weeds, they can't have thistles, all obnoxious weeds, they can't have anything like that. So that's how other cities handle it. I'm not saying that that's the way it needs to be handled here, but that's what other cities do. So I feel like we're getting targeted for whatever reason on this particular piece of ground because it wasn't like this before. The property in question is not accessible through the city street. So in order to mow it, I have to go through my agriculture property and mow it that way. That's the reason I waited to mow it till this past weekend. There are some areas the grass is really small and short, and when we mow it, we can't even get it through the mower. So it's just run down. So if I'd mowed it 2-3 weeks ago, that's what it would have happened with a lot more of it. It looks a lot nicer when it's mowed when it's, you know, a foot or 2 foot taller because the hay mower brings it in and mows it. And something that big, that's really what you gotta mow it with, is something of a, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16 feet wide, a hay mower. So I do have pictures of other properties in town if anybody wants to see them that I took. Several of them, there's probably about 20, 25 of them in here. And I do have a map of the city where everything's out of compliance that I made. If you guys wanna see that, I'll be more than happy to share that with you guys. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I appreciate your consideration on, you know, continuing to let us do what we need to do out there to, you know, pay a high property tax level because of, we did come to a concession with letting that residential. Originally I came to you guys and asked you to make it agricultural. This is what happens. Now the fence doesn't have the grass ate down in it. If it had been agriculture, there'd be cows out there right now, they'd be eating it. You guys haven't allowed that, so now I'm baling it. So I got some sort of revenue off the property. I gotta mow it, bale it, rake it, haul it home versus just turn some cows out there. That's what you guys chose to let me do, so that's what I'm doing.
Dan?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When we transitioned this, the lower part to A1, wasn't there a complete and clear understanding that that R1 would be required to meet the requirements of residential? Did you not understand
No,
that?
I didn't understand that.
Oh,
No, I mean, I was under the understanding I could continue to mow, bale, and rake it just like I always have been, which is the reason I bought the property to begin with. I didn't buy it to let sit.
sure.
I mean, it's like what every other town does, is there's a time for development, and right now, this ground is not ready to be developed yet. So in the meantime, it's gotta sit there. So as it's sitting there, it can either be mowed, raked, baled, which I'm fine with that, or it could be pastured, and it can't be pastured because you guys will not allow that.
But what I'm asking you is, you obviously didn't understand that, but I thought it was fairly clear when that lower part was
Yeah.
changed to A1, that R1, as I recall, in our
So
communications.
I'm supposed to go out there with a push mower and push mow it? Is that what you want me to do?
No.
I mean,
I'm
let's be
just saying-
practical here.
I'm just saying.
Don't you have access to a riding mower? I mean,
You wanna mow 16 acres with a riding mower? Or do you wanna
I
do it
have
with a
5
tractor
acres
and
out
mower?
of town, you get a 0 turn, it doesn't take very long.
Yep. I don't have that kind of time to do that. I'm a busy guy.
I was just curious. Thank you for your answers.
So what do you recommend we do?
Something of a discussion amongst you in a way. I do have a recommendation if you want to hear it first, I mean, if that's your starting point. You know, frankly, you know, we're gonna have a heck of a time proving the case at this point.
Well-
But that wasn't violation, and you have to stand by city staff's determination, and there's a pretty well thought out motion I'll read to you in a bit, but when does this go away? What are we doing?
That was gonna be
And
my question.
So, you know, this is really between Mr. Steinis and the neighborhood still, too. At some point, I hope that there's a communication set up, otherwise this could eventually come back to some planning and zoning recommendation regarding R1, and that's the right way and tough way to do it. I don't know if we're there yet, or if you guys want to hear it. It's enormously difficult.
When we have other properties within
Yeah.
this town that mow and bale,
Sure.
is there some sort of communication, or is that just a given? That's what's gonna happen?
Well, if it's industrial property or if it's agriculture, they're really free and clear based
Right.
on grass height length. I think it's 24 inches. It's quite large. I mean, I don't know what's in Mr. Steinis's file, but we have one property that's considering going to industrial to help that. And I'm sure Chris could even request the papers Dan's got just for photos to even kind of follow up on. So we're moving through complaints, and that's not abnormal, and you all know that. And you've occasionally ended up in arguments about those things. So, you know, what I would say is it's not common in city limits to have people bail. You have cows on Ingles property that's in agriculture south of Summit Street. I think the river's crop northeast side of town, and Mayor Tom, I think on the northwest side there, you crop your ground over by Tyson's. So it's sort of uncommon that pasture grasses are what's chosen. A few years ago, I think our industrial park ended up with pasture grasses because the market at that time seemed best for the renter to do pasture grasses. But in a roundabout way, I hope I kind of answered the question.
So I guess my question, just to clarify, is residentially,
Right.
anything in residential that's zoned residential, do we still have hay mowing?
Do we have a
Do we
mowing
have
abatement?
Any hay mowing occurring
Not-
in
no.
residentially zoned?
Not that I'm aware of offhand right now, no.
Okay.
If they are, they're not in compliance, and
Yeah.
that would be filed.
Right, so, you know, you can imagine how this would go over, right, by a public feedback session, but I guess the penultimate discussion is what are we doing here? If he's gonna bail a property, if you know, and it's a related, but not quite the item here, but we gotta find a spot where this land is taken care of. It's a nuisance to the neighborhood, it's created a pest problem, it's invited, you know, whatever. But, you know, can that be remediated by some treatment or hearing some recommendations from planning and zoning possibly about, just like your campgrounds, special resolution of the campgrounds under R1 code, special resolution regarding pasture grass-like production, however you want to call it, but that's probably your way out, and that's the tough way to handle this. Otherwise, it's problematic because, you know, there's a development plan that's extremely long-term and the housing is not currently here. We've talked about that point again and again and again. And we split the acreage off here for the purpose of that floodplain having less use. We did it because it has an agriculture use. What else are we gonna do in a floodplain? That was a primary reason we moved forward with that. So there's some unfinished work here, but, you know,
I mean, the whole no access from the street thing. So like, even if, say we wanted to build houses out there, I mean, we still have to come up with a plan to get streets even down into those houses,
Not our
correct?
property to do that at this point.
I don't know, but the city still has to put streets down there. If you wanted to do houses, we'd
Right.
have to put streets down there.
We don't, the developer would do that.
It would have to occur, but that's not what we're here to discuss.
I'm just saying, it seems to be a little bit harder than what we originally agreed on, I think.
It was very clear in those meetings, that's not true.
I wasn't aware he didn't have access from the street. That I didn't know,
Well,
but
that's because the fence is
His
there.
property, it doesn't matter.
He fenced it off.
this is one of
I
the,
mean, in the same sense though, let's say Dan takes us to court. Let's say we go against him here, goes to court, he gets the judgment, then what happens?
When we follow the court's order.
well, when we've gotten to that point, it's a court order to access the property and to abate the nuisance, which in that case would be mowing it each time.
Yeah.
You know, on
It's-
any
it's-
other property, we'd walk right on that property and mow it already. We wouldn't have waited this long.
Yeah.
But I think we've made plenty of concessions because of the litigious nature of the claim, the citizen, that we've held back on some things, and I think that's a poor decision, in my opinion. I think we should have accessed the property and mowed it to begin with.
I agree.
Anybody else?
What I
have a
would,
thought?
what I was gonna say, I don't, necessarily know that we're gonna come to a total agreement tonight on what to do. But there's a longer motion here I'll read off to you, and it's carefully crafted, but first part of it is affirming the city staff's decision to issue the notice to order to abate, which there was a violation, which I've described to you, and it was in your packet for photos, but bear with me while I read this as a potential motion for you all to consider. Motion affirming city staff's directives to Mr. Steinis and the notice in order to abate dated May 12, 2026, and directing city staff to move forward with a municipal infraction citation should the property again be found to be out of compliance, and directing Mr. Steinis that raking and baling the property is an A1 use and not a permitted use in the R1 zoning district. And what that means is that if it's greater than 6 inches, again, myself and Chris would issue the MI, the municipal infraction, and there wouldn't be another appeal. It would go over to the local judiciary, which I think the situation needs to evaluate if this is a good or bad application of the R1 code, and we go from there. Otherwise, I don't think the council, Mr. Steinis, or the neighborhood are gonna come to a full resolution on this. I mean, just listen to what's happened tonight, and I know it's clear about what we said, but this is an unfinished thing, and I had thought at some point in time we'd get here, but we need some weigh-in.
What has changed in the last 7 years? What happened in the 7 years it's been grass?
Get to the mic. He needs to get to the mic.
Yeah, you need to come up so we can hear you.
So in the last 7 years, since it hasn't been a golf course, there's nothing that has changed. There's never been an infraction before, there's never been any, last year it was allowed. What has changed?
It's never been a complaint ever,
Okay?
truly.
So if
I mean,
nobody
that's-
complains, we don't follow the rules?
A police officer goes to a home for a number of issues, they don't throw the state code book or the municipal
Okay.
code book at them. I mean, it's a discretion-based
So
issue.
nobody complains,
It's a
there's,
complaint-based issue, and in this case, when you took ownership and then we divided it, and we also communicated the 16 acres was to,
so if somebody drives up and down the street at 50 miles an hour when the speed limit's 35, nobody complains, we don't do nothing about it?
that's a separate example. I guess what
Same
I'd
thing.
say to you is that we've had a moment here, we've pretty well communicated. You've taken care of the one here on this agenda tonight, but ultimately, either two things need to happen. We charge again, and it goes to a local judiciary, which is probably best for all parties. Or two, we find a way to revisit this through planning and zoning, and there's no guaranteed positive outcome for anyone in that, and we're back to where we are. Or option three, you and the neighborhood start to communicate, and maybe it seems to be a harmonious relationship again.
That must
We
be
don't
what
have to deal
goes
with
on
this.
all over town, because that's where, you got probably 10 properties over town doing the same thing. That's where I said, I think I'm targeted.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
That would have to come back to next council meeting, wouldn't it? You
Excuse
can put
me?
a motion on that tonight.
Well, the motion is for tonight. It's not for the next council meeting, it's tonight. You have to do something with the appeal here, and that
But
was
you
the.
have
rec-
direction, but you don't have it for a motion.
It's not motioned on the agenda. I mean, there's nothing here saying,
I don't think you can make a motion on that tonight. I
We,
think you can-
this was given to our city attorney for the agenda review. There's no harm in waiting if you wish to.
Well, I just
But,
don't think that you have it for consideration on here. I think it was to discuss and that we would follow through, either support you maybe by consensus or support Mr. Steinis by consensus. But I don't think, that the way the packet is written, that motion is legal tonight. I mean,
we can't make a decision on it. It's,
There's no harm in waiting, truly, but
I mean,
yeah, again,
we're giving you direction, right? That's what you were asking us for, was direction on this issue, or kind of.
something needs to occur on the appeal.
Accepting the fact that there may or may not have been a violation one way or another. Or we can't put it on motion on here because there's nothing on the actual agenda to do it. So, I mean, if you have the information to do what you need to do,
well, it's two different things now. To me, I think that motion or that has to come back to the next meeting.
There's truly no harm in waiting. I'm confident we can move forward tonight, but he's mowed it. And if we wait another 2 or 3 weeks, I doubt it's gonna be mowed then. And we still have the motion then to enter into the municipal infraction promptly if we need to. So I don't see any real harm in waiting, I don't. just
I
letting
think you're
you know.
getting what you want. I think we're affirming most. I think you have a consensus on
Right.
affirming number 2. But I think in order to file that motion or
Yeah.
whatever, then I think that that would be an agenda item
Yeah.
on the next meeting.
Yeah, and if those circumstances existed last week, it would have been written in as such, but it's not. So next agenda will list some discussion and possible motion affirming. Is that satisfactory?
You'll live with that?
Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Okay. You got your direction?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on. Item 8 is our consent agenda. That consists of the minutes from the June 1st, 2026 regular city council meeting, the minutes from the June 3rd, 2026 special city council meeting, and the minutes from the June 5th, 2026 special council meeting. The May financial reports, bills payable through June 15th in the amount of $533,622.85. Renewal of a alcohol license Class E filed by Main Street Tobacco Shop. The renewal of an alcohol license Class E filed by Timberlane's Bowling. The renewal of a tobacco permit filed by Punky's Cans to Cash. And a renewal of a tobacco permit filed by Main Street Tobacco. And the renewal of a tobacco permit filed by Fast Tracks Incorporated, doing business as KJ's Convenience.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, we got a motion by Colister, seconded by Hayward. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Colvin,
Yes.
Haylager,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickroll,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We make it number 9, which is old business. A is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by amending boards and commissions requirements pertaining to operating procedures. And this is the 3rd reading.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Colister, seconded by Hayward. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Haylager,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickroll,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item B is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by amending membership requirements pertaining to the Airport Commission, and this is also the 3rd reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Bennett. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickroll,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Haylager.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item C is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by establishing an ordinance subsection pertaining to solid waste control, and this is also the 3rd reading.
So moved.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Lyon, or Rickroll, sorry, seconded by Rickroll. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickroll.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Haylager.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item D is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by repealing ordinance subsection pertaining to the registration of buildings, contractors, revocation of registration, and to use the registration by another.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Alinger. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Rickroll,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Haylager.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item E is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by amending an ordinance subsection pertaining to nuisance abatements, and this is the 3rd reading.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Colister, seconded by Hayward. And if we have no discussion, take the roll.
Colister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Haylager.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Rickroll.
Yes. Okay, that one passes. Item F is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by amending regulations pertaining to wireless communications facility. And this is 3rd reading. Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Coolman. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Colvin.
Yes.
Haylager.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Rickroll.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item G is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by amending regulations pertaining to signs.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Colister, seconded by Hayward. No discussion, take the roll.
Haylager.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Rickroll.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item H is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by amending an ordinance subsection pertaining to building, residential, and fire safety codes.
So moved.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Rickroll. If there's no discussion, take the roll.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Ayliger.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Make it to item 10, which is new business. Item A is a resolution approving downtown incentives upper story renovation grant to William Rowan at 114 West Platt Street in the amount of $5,882.70 upon verification of completed work and final costs.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Hayward. Any discussion here? Anything you want to add?
Negative, thank you, Mayor.
Okay, then take the roll.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Ayliger,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item B is a resolution extending an agreement and a contract for fire protection for South Fork Township.
So moved.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Rickroll. Any discussion here? Take the roll.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Ayliger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
That one passes. Item C is a discussion and possible motion declaring public equipment as surplus.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Colister, seconded by Coolman. Do we need to name off what's being put up for surplus?
No, negative, Mayor.
What was that?
If you're curious on how some of this equipment still runs, I defer to John, but there's willing buyers everywhere.
Do you have anything to add, John? Okay, then take the roll.
Colister,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Ayliger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We make it to items 11. Reports and communications. Is there anything from any of the council members?
Can we just get the Facebook page updated with the fireworks stuff?
Yes. We'll go a bit further and post the hours too at the dealers, at the grocery stores too. Thank you.
Okay, next city manager.
Well, I think that, and my former boss's activity this year related to the 250th. He's a doctor of history, so you have to imagine how this goes, is he'd read passages of the Declaration of Independence throughout the council meetings through the year. MMEU is gonna be doing some decorating, on behalf of City Hall, the next couple weeks, but, and I'm also watching a Thomas Jefferson documentary on Netflix right now, and it really reminds you of the divisions we have as people and how tough it is. And we're all stressed, and we all have reasons not to like each other digitally and in the real world. But, it's a real blessing to be in the right country safely, in a good position compared to other countries. So, despite your political feelings, I think it's important to recognize and make an effort and genuinely feel thankful about where we are in the globe, because there's a lot of suffering countries out there.
Well said.
Agree.
Very good. With that, I accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Hayward. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.